Close the door to the outer world. Sit still. Take your pen, take your paper, and for 5 minutes, write from the end. This act, though small in appearance, is an invitation to the infinite. In those 5 minutes, you are stepping out of the world of facts and into the world of truth, the world where your desire already lives. You are not begging, you are not asking, you are not hoping, you are remembering who you are. He holds me like I'm the only one that exists. Write the feeling, fill the page with it. Breathe it in as if you were inhaling your own power. 5 minutes. That's all it takes to shift the inner man, to move from lack to possession, from longing to living. For in that short moment of focused imagination clothed in words, you speak directly to the subconscious, the true creator of your world. Words soaked in emotion are seeds. The moment you write, the moment you feel, the moment you believe, it is done. The outer must conform. Don't concern yourself with how it will come. That is not your task. The how is the job of the unseen intelligence that moves through all things. Your task is simple. Become the author of your new reality and write it as if you are already living inside it. And when you rise from that chair, do so with calm certainty. You do not need to repeat or question. What is planted in faith shall bloom in time. So today, write. Not long, just 5 minutes. But write with boldness, write with joy. Write with the knowing that what you write now, you shall live later. You do not write to become. You write because you already are. Imagination is the gateway. It is the silent portal between what is and what can be. When you take a pen to paper, you are not simply forming sentences or recording idle thoughts. You are shaping reality from the unseen. The act of writing, when done with intention, is one of the most powerful tools of creation. It becomes more than expression, it becomes an invocation, a deliberate sculpting of your world from the invisible into the visible. To write is to imagine in clarity. It is to give structure and texture to a desire that until now floated like mist in the corners of the mind. You bring it forward, give it words, and in doing so you give it life. Words are the garments of thought, the vehicles through which feeling moves. When you write with feeling, you summon not just ideas, you summon experience. And experience, even if imagined, is the language of creation. Most people live backwards. They wait for something to happen in the external world before they allow themselves to think differently. But the truth is reversed. The inner change comes first. When you sit down and write from imagination, you are stepping into that sacred reversal. You are no longer waiting for life to tell you what you may have. You are telling life what it must reflect. To imagine clearly is to hold your desire steady in the mind without contradiction. This is why writing is so transformative. It forces you to slow down, to focus, to gather scattered thoughts and align them with a single intention. In that moment, your desire is no longer vague or wavering. It is made precise. It is named. And in the spiritual realm, to name a thing is to give it presence. Your mind may wander when you try to visualize, but when you write, your focus deepens. You are pulled into the feeling, Your hand moves, your heart speaks, and your words begin to carry the weight of belief. And that belief, when sustained, is what manifests. Writing, therefore, becomes a sacred ritual, a meeting point between the self you are and the self you are becoming. When you imagine while writing, you are not simply entertaining fantasies. You are shifting identity. The person who writes, "I am so grateful for my abundant life," begins to feel abundant. The moment you write as if it is already true, your subconscious mind starts to adjust to this new concept of self. It does not argue. It accepts what is repeated and emotionally charged, and it acts. The world outside is only a mirror. If you wish to change the reflection, do not scratch the glass, change the image within. That image is born in imagination, and it is nurtured through attention. Writing is attention made solid. It is a way to hold the image steady long enough for it to root. You do not plant a seed and dig it up every day to check on it. You plant it and trust. Likewise, when you write from imagination, you are planting a seed of reality. This is not effortful work. This is not about force. It is about ease, about slipping into the feeling of already having. Writing becomes the bridge to that feeling. It draws you into it, gently but completely. You begin to see it, feel it, believe it. And once you believe it, truly believe it, it must come to pass. So do not underestimate the act of writing. It is not a chore. It is not a passive task. It is a divine act of creation. It is imagination guided by clarity and infused with emotion. When you write, you open the gateway, and through that gateway flows all that you dare to claim. 5 minutes may seem small, almost insignificant, in the grand story of a day. But the truth is, creation does not concern itself with the length of time. It responds to something far more powerful, your attention and your feeling. In those few minutes, if you are fully present, fully absorbed, and emotionally aligned with your desire, you can move mountains within. Most people are consumed with doing more, waiting longer, thinking harder, believing that if they just invest more hours, they will be rewarded. But manifestation is not transactional in that way. Time is not the force behind creation. State is. What matters is not how long you practice, but how deeply you enter the state of the wish fulfilled. In 5 minutes of pure, undivided feeling, you can do what hours of distracted thought will never achieve. You are not trying to earn your desire, you are tuning into it. You are aligning yourself with it so completely that you feel no gap between where you are and what you want. In that moment, the desire is no longer something far away. It is yours. It is here. It is now. You see, life is a mirror, and the mirror doesn't respond to your words, it reflects your state of being. If you speak of abundance but feel lack, the reflection will show lack. But if you feel abundance, even in silence, the mirror must return that image. The depth of feeling is the signal you are sending, and the clearer and stronger the signal, the faster the response. 5 minutes. That is all it takes. If you are willing to give your full heart, your full mind, your entire being to the assumption that your desire is already real. The outer world may tell you otherwise, but the outer world is slow to catch up. It lags behind your inner world, always reflecting what you felt as true before. So the only thing you must concern yourself with is the state you are occupying now. In these 5 minutes, you close the door on the world. You stop checking for signs. You stop thinking about how or when. You do not beg, plead, or strive. Instead, you drop into the feeling. What does it feel like to be the person who already has it? What does it feel like to have arrived, to no longer seek? That is the secret. That is the key. And you don't have to manufacture it. The imagination knows the way. You simply allow the scene to unfold. You see yourself receiving the call. You feel the relief in your chest. You sense the smile forming on your face. You hear the words of confirmation. You touch the thing you once desired. It is so vivid, so real, that you begin to forget where you are. In those 5 minutes, you are not pretending, you are remembering, because all creation is finished. You are not bringing something into existence, you are selecting it from the infinite possibilities already created. And you select by feeling. You step into the version of yourself who already has it, and you let that version breathe through you, think through you, write through you. Afterward, you do not need to wonder if it worked. It did. It always does. The question is never whether it will come, but whether you allowed yourself to feel it now. Those 5 minutes are not a waiting room. They are the creation room. And what you touch in imagination with feeling becomes the blueprint for your reality. So forget the clock, forget the how. For 5 minutes, live it fully. Let your attention be singular, let your feeling be deep. That is all creation requires. Most people are obsessed with the process. They want to know how it will happen, when it will happen, and through whom it will happen. But this obsession is a distraction. It keeps the mind entangled in details that do not matter. True creation begins when you release the need to control the middle and anchor yourself in the end. The end is the wish fulfilled, the state where your desire is already real, already yours. That is where your power lies. To write the end is to bypass all questions of method. It is to declare, this is who I am now, rather than asking, how do I become it? The moment you focus on the steps, you shift into doubt, into effort, into delay. You try to play the role of the universe, of the unseen power that orchestrates the events of your life. But your role is not to figure out the how. Your role is to know the what and to feel it as done. Think of a great story. No one begins by writing every twist and turn. The author sees the ending first, the conclusion, the moment of triumph, the final scene. Only then do the pieces fall into place to serve that ending. Your life is no different. You must decide how the story ends, not how it unfolds. And when you decide with conviction and emotion, the invisible hand of life begins to shape everything around that choice. Writing from the end means sitting down and embodying the version of yourself who already has what you desire. You do not describe the effort it took to get there. You do not list the steps. You live the result. You write, I am so thankful to live in my dream home. Not, I hope I can save enough money someday. You write, it feels amazing to wake up next to the love of my life. Not, I'm trying to meet someone who understands me. The first declares it done, the second keeps it distant. This is not lying, this is alignment. It is choosing the state that corresponds with your desire and living in it now. The more real it feels, the more natural it becomes. And what feels natural must externalize. The world cannot resist the inner image that is held with faith. It must mirror it. You do not need to know how the house will come, how the person will appear, how the opportunity will be delivered. That is not your business. The unseen is always working, always listening, always arranging. It hears your inner word, not your outer effort. It responds to the state you live in, not the strategies you employ. So be still. See the end. Feel the end. Write it as if it is already happening, as if you are simply reporting a memory. And in doing so, you collapse time. You draw the future into the present moment. You shift your identity from someone who wants to someone who has. That is the turning point. You are not a seeker. You are a chooser. And your choice is made by where you dwell in imagination. Every time you return to the end, in your writing, you impress that state deeper into your subconscious. And once it is impressed, it is expressed. The outer world must yield. Let go of the steps. Let go of the struggle. They only cloud the vision. Instead, become absorbed in the outcome. Let it be vivid, emotional, complete. And trust that once the end is written in your soul, the journey will unfold with grace, mystery, and divine precision. You're not here to map the route. You're here to declare the destination. The moment you speak in the present tense, you declare that the power is here. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when circumstances change, but now. The present tense is not merely grammar, it is a signal. It tells the subconscious mind that the desire is no longer a wish but a current reality. And the subconscious, indifferent to fact or fiction, takes that command and begins to shape your outer world to reflect it. Most people speak of their desires as something far away. I will be happy when. I'm trying to become. Someday I'll have. This language pushes their desires into a future that never arrives. Because the future is always ahead, it is always a moving target. But creation happens only in the now. The present is the only point of true power. It is the only place where you can plant the seed of a new reality. When you write your desire as if it is happening now, you shift your identity. You stop being the person who is waiting and become the person who is living. You say, I am loved. I am successful. I am thriving. And in doing so, you invite the feeling of that truth into your body. That feeling, that state, is what manifests. Not your effort, not your timeline, but your assumption. The world you see is a reflection of your internal assumptions. It reflects what you consistently claim is true. And nothing reinforces the truth like present tense writing. When you write, I am receiving unexpected money today, you are not asking, you are aligning. You are assuming the position of one who is already in motion, already in possession, already complete. And the unseen respond. Your words are not passive. They are commands. They impress the subconscious, and the subconscious moves all things to obey them. When you persist in writing the present tense, even before any visible sign, you are demonstrating faith. You are standing in your end while the world catches up. It is not about forcing belief. It is about saturation. The more you repeat your desire in the present tense, the more natural it feels, and what feels natural becomes your identity. That is when change becomes inevitable. Do not wait to see results to affirm your new reality. You see results because you affirm it. You do not say, I will be healed, but I am whole. You do not write, one day I'll be in love, but I feel so grateful to be in this beautiful, loving relationship. You don't describe the journey of getting there. You write from there. This is not wishful thinking. This is cause. Thought is the only real cause. The world is simply the echo. If you wait for the world to give you permission to feel successful, you will wait forever. Instead, feel it now, write it now, speak it now. And as you do, reality begins to mold itself around that feeling. People, places, and events shift. You may not understand how it will all come together, but it is not your job to know. It is your job to assume, to feel, to speak the language of the now. Present tense is not just a writing technique. It is a state of consciousness. It is the bold act of claiming your desire as already fulfilled. When you do this repeatedly, your inner world becomes saturated with that truth. And what you accept within must be expressed without. So pick up the pen, close your eyes, and write your life as it already is, not as you hope it to be. Describe your mornings, your conversations, your surroundings as if the dream has landed. because in the unseen it has. And the moment you live there in imagination, the present becomes the bridge to your visible future. There is a subtle but powerful shift that takes place when you stop writing about your desires and begin writing as the one who already lives them. You are not just recording thoughts or reflecting on life like a passive observer. You are creating, shaping, directing. And to do this effectively, you must step into the role of the one who already has what they seek. Most people approach writing as an external exercise, something they do to process ideas or vent frustrations. But when you desire change, writing becomes something far more sacred. It becomes a channel of creation. You are not here to describe what is. You are here to declare what is true in the unseen, and by doing so, bring it into form. The version of you who has everything you want already exists in imagination, in consciousness, in the infinite field of possibility. It is already done. Your task is to become that version, and writing is one of the most direct ways to make that shift. But you must write from that identity, not toward it. Writing from lack keeps you in lack. It reinforces the state of not having. But when you embody the writer's identity, the one who writes as the person who already lives the desired life, your words begin to carry a different energy. They are no longer hopes, they are affirmations. They are not wishes, they are statements of reality. And reality reshapes itself around them. Ask yourself, how would I write if I were already wealthy? What would I say if I were already deeply in love? How would I express myself if I already felt free, healthy, confident, and complete? That's the voice you must claim. Not tomorrow, now. The shift happens in the subtle tone of your writing. Instead of writing, I want to be successful, you write, I love the way my work impacts people every day. The flow of abundance feels so natural to me now. Instead of saying, I hope love finds me soon, you write, every day I wake up next to the love of my life, and it still feels like a dream I get to live it. That is writing from identity. That is writing as cause. And when you do this consistently, something strange begins to happen. Your body responds. Your emotions shift. You begin to feel the truth of what you're writing, not as a fantasy, but as an intimate reality. And when you feel it, you live it. And when you live it, the world cannot help but mirror it. You are never writing to make something happen. You are writing to embody the version of yourself that knows it already has happened. This is not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you truly are, beyond limitation, doubt, and delay. The you that is one with your desire. The you that does not strive but allows. The writer's identity is powerful because it bypasses logic. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't beg for signs. It creates boldly and without hesitation. It writes not to beg but to declare, not to wonder but to know. And every time you sit down with this intention, every time you write from this higher state, you are aligning your inner world with the version of reality you wish to experience. You are tuning your frequency, shaping your belief, and commanding the unseen to move. So stop asking. Start claiming. Start narrating your struggles. Start scripting your success. The pen in your hand is not just ink on paper. It is the wand of creation. Use it wisely. Use it as the version of you who already lives the life others still dream about. You are not describing life. You are creating it. And your words are the mold. Speak as the one who already is, already has, already knows, and watch the world transform to match the story you've dared to live. Once the desire is written, once the vision is impressed upon the mind, your work is not to chase it, question it, or pull it up to check if it's growing. Your work is to trust, to release, to walk forward as though it is done, because it is done in the unseen, in the deeper layers of consciousness, in the womb of creation where all things are born. When you write your desire with clarity and feeling, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of imagination. And just as you would not dig up a planted seed every hour to see if it's sprouting, so too must you resist the temptation to check, worry, or doubt. To do so is to interrupt the process. To do so is to declare that you do not trust the very power you have called upon. Faith is not passive. It is active confidence in the unseen. It is the invisible posture of knowing that what has been spoken, what has been written, is already in motion. You don't need to force it, beg for it, or micromanage the how. You need only to hold the end result in your heart and move as though it is already yours. This is where many falter. They write their desires, they speak their affirmations, and then they immediately look to the world for confirmation. And when it does not arrive on their timetable, they become anxious. That anxiety is a signal not from the world but from the self, that they have not yet trusted, that they are still holding on instead of letting go. But understand, the moment you let go, you free the desire to manifest. Holding it too tightly, obsessing over it, needing constant reassurance, that is fear disguised as care. It signals lack. It tells the subconscious that you do not yet believe you are the one who has what they've claimed. And the world responds to belief, not effort. To detach does not mean to stop wanting. It means to stop needing, to stop grasping, to rest in the assurance that what is meant for you cannot miss you. And what you have declared in consciousness must express itself in form. Detachment is not indifference. It is supreme confidence. It is saying, I have done my part. Now I rest in the knowing that all is well. And how do you walk in that knowing? You carry on with your life as if the manifestation is inevitable. You take inspired steps not to make it happen, but because it is happening. You prepare room for the answered prayer. You act in harmony with the version of you who already lives the fulfilled desire. You don't chase, you align. Every time the mind tries to doubt, you return to the feeling of it being done, not with desperation, but with gratitude. You remind yourself the seed is planted, and seeds know how to grow. They need not your anxiety. They need your peace. They respond to your faith. Letting go is not abandoning your dream. It is honoring it. It is giving it space to breathe, space to unfold in perfect timing. The same unseen force that inspired your desire is the one bringing it to life. Your role is to allow it, to become still enough, calm enough, expectant enough, to recognize when the door opens. So write your desire, feel it deeply, see it vividly, and then release it with love. Smile, knowing that it is already done in the realm that matters most. And as you walk forward, not with worry, but with wonder, you will find yourself stepping into reality shaped by your own faith. Creation begins with intention. It is sealed with belief, and it is released with trust. You have planted the seed. Now let it grow. You do not need more time, more effort, or more proof. You need clarity, presence, and belief. In just 5 minutes, you can shift your entire reality. Not because time has power, but because you do. When you write, you are not simply using ink and paper. You are impressing the unseen with vision, emotion, and faith. Write not as a beggar hoping for scraps, but as the creator shaping what already is. Write the end, not the steps. Feel it as real, now. Embody the one who has it, then release it completely, joyfully, confidently, knowing the unseen is already arranging all things on your behalf. Let your 5 minutes be sacred. Let them be bold. Let them be the moment you stop asking and start becoming. The seed is planted. Now walk in faith. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, wealth is not a destination, it is a state of being. To manifest it, you must first understand this profound truth: the riches you seek are already within you. They do not lie in the world outside, but in the inner realm of your imagination. It is here, in this boundless creative space, that the seeds of abundance are sown. Close your eyes and see yourself as you wish to be. Picture the life of wealth and ease you desire. But do not stop there, feel it. Feel the freedom of financial security, the joy of giving generously, and the serenity of knowing that all your needs are met. This feeling is the key to unlocking the wealth that awaits you. Yet as you embark on this journey, remember this: let go of the how. The means are not your concern, they belong to the infinite intelligence of the universe. Trust that as you hold steadfast to your vision, the way will reveal itself. Your task is simple: to stay faithful to the reality you have imagined. Gratitude and confidence are your allies. Begin each day by giving thanks for what you already have, for gratitude is the magnet that pulls more abundance into your life. Stand tall in the conviction that you are worthy of wealth. Say to yourself, I am the embodiment of abundance, and wealth flows to me effortlessly. Persist, even when the physical world contradicts your vision. The external reality is but a shadow of your inner state. Do not waver. Hold the image of wealth firmly in your mind, knowing that what you sustain within must manifest without. Release the chains of doubt and fear. They are illusions that serve only to block the flow of abundance. Replace them with the unwavering belief that you were born to live a life of prosperity. Wealth is not reserved for the few, it is a divine inheritance available to all who dare to claim it. So today begin. Take the first step into your inner world and create the wealth you desire. Feel it, live it, and trust that it is already yours. In due time, the riches of your imagination will materialize before your eyes, transforming your life in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Wealth, in its truest form, is not something external to be chased or conquered. It is an inner reality that must first be realized within the depths of your imagination. To manifest wealth in the physical world, you must understand that it originates within you, shaped by the thoughts, images, and beliefs you consistently hold. Your imagination is the fountain of creation, the tool through which all abundance flows. Close your eyes for a moment and consider the immense power of your imagination. It can transport you to places you've never been, allow you to experience emotions tied to events yet to happen, and vividly paint the life you desire. The wealth you seek begins here. When you imagine yourself as wealthy, surrounded by the symbols of abundance, whether that is a thriving business, a beautiful home, or the ability to give generously, you activate a powerful force within you. This force begins to align the external world with the inner reality you have created. The process is deceptively simple. See yourself already wealthy. Do not merely observe this reality from a distance, step into it fully. Imagine the details of your life as a wealthy individual. What do your days look like? How do you feel? How do you interact with others? And how do they respond to you? The clearer and more vivid this picture becomes, the stronger the signal you send to the universe. Yet imagining wealth is not just about seeing it, it is about feeling it. The key to manifestation lies in your emotional connection to the vision. It is not enough to visualize a life of abundance, you must feel the joy, security, and freedom that come with it. These feelings act as a magnet, drawing the experiences and opportunities necessary to make your vision a reality. When you feel wealthy, even before the physical evidence appears, you begin to emit the frequency of abundance. This is where many falter. They believe their current circumstances are more real than the reality they are crafting within. They let doubt creep in, whispering that wealth is hard to attain or reserved for others. But understand this: the external world is merely a reflection of your internal state. If you persist in seeing yourself as wealthy, regardless of current conditions, the outer world will eventually conform to your inner vision. Imagination is not bound by the limitations of time and space. It operates in the realm of infinite possibilities, where anything you can conceive and believe becomes possible. By consistently using your imagination to dwell in the reality of wealth, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, which then works tirelessly to align your actions, choices, and circumstances with this new belief. Wealth does not flow to those who chase it desperately, but to those who embody it confidently. When you understand that your imagination is the source of abundance, you realize that you already possess the power to create the life you desire. Trust this process and let the wealth within you unfold effortlessly into your external world. To manifest wealth, you must cultivate the ability to feel as though it is already yours. This is not merely a mental exercise or a hopeful daydream. It is an immersive practice of embodying the state of abundance in the present moment. The universe responds not to your wishes or words, but to the energy you emit. When you feel the reality of wealth now, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and your external world begins to reflect that alignment. You start by imagining the life you desire in vivid detail. Picture yourself surrounded by the symbols of wealth that resonate with you: a thriving career, financial security, the freedom to travel, or the ability to give generously. But don't stop at the visual level, go deeper. Imagine the textures, sounds, and emotions of this life. Hear the laughter of your loved ones in your dream home. Feel the smooth leather of your new car, or sense the exhilaration of accomplishing financial milestones. These details create a sense of reality in your mind. Once you have this image, step into it fully. Act and think as though you are already living the life of abundance you desire. Begin your day with the mindset of someone who is wealthy. Ask yourself, how would I feel if my financial goals were already met? How would I carry myself? What decisions would I make? Let these questions guide your thoughts, words, and actions. Feeling the reality of wealth means embodying the confidence, joy, and gratitude that come with abundance. Confidence does not arise from waiting for proof of wealth to appear. It comes from knowing that it is already yours. Stand tall, speak with assurance, and move through life with the ease of someone who trusts that everything they need is already provided. Gratitude is equally essential. Begin each day by giving thanks for the wealth you currently have, no matter how modest. Gratitude magnifies your sense of abundance and signals to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Do not underestimate the power of small actions that align with your vision of wealth. If you were financially abundant, how would you treat yourself? Perhaps you would dress with care, invest in your health, or cultivate meaningful experiences. Start doing these things now within your current means. These actions reinforce the feeling of wealth and create momentum toward its manifestation. Challenges may arise, and your external circumstances may initially appear unchanged. But remember, the physical world is a delayed reflection of your inner state. Persist in the feeling of wealth despite appearances. Do not let doubt or impatience rob you of the transformation taking place within. By feeling the reality of wealth now, you transcend the limitations of time. You no longer wait for wealth to arrive, you bring it into being through the power of your belief and emotions. As you embody abundance in thought and feeling, the universe has no choice but to deliver the reality you have claimed. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting wealth is the tendency to fixate on how it will come into your life. This attachment to the method, the process, or the sequence of events creates resistance and blocks the natural flow of abundance. To manifest wealth, you must release the need to control the how and instead trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will orchestrate the means to bring your vision into reality. The human mind often craves certainty and control. You may find yourself devising elaborate plans or questioning how your current circumstances could possibly lead to wealth. These doubts and attempts to dictate the process stem from a lack of trust in the creative power of the universe. Understand this: your role is not to figure out every step of the journey. Your role is to stay aligned with the vision of wealth, to believe it is yours, and to take inspired action when opportunities arise. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. You don't stand over it every day, digging it up to check if it's growing. Instead, you trust the natural process of growth, providing water, sunlight, and care without interfering. And manifestation works the same way. The seed of wealth is planted in your imagination, and your faith nurtures it into being. The how is like the unseen roots spreading beneath the soil, unseen but essential to the blossoming of your desires. When you release the need to know how, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities the universe can offer. Wealth can flow to you through channels you never anticipated: an unexpected opportunity, a chance meeting, or a sudden surge of inspiration. When you are fixated on one specific path, you may overlook these alternative avenues. Trusting the process allows you to remain open and receptive to the countless ways your vision can manifest. Detachment from the how also frees you from the burden of overthinking and stress. Worrying about the mechanics of manifestation creates doubt and lowers your vibrational frequency, pushing wealth further away. Instead, focus on the end result, what it feels like to have already achieved your financial goals. Immerse yourself in that feeling of security, freedom, and joy, and let the universe handle the details. This does not mean you sit idle, waiting for wealth to fall into your lap. Inspired action is a vital part of the process. However, such action arises naturally when you are in alignment with your vision. It feels effortless and intuitive, not forced or strained. When you are detached from the how, you can recognize these moments of inspiration and act on them with confidence, knowing they are part of the universe's plan. Trust is the foundation of manifestation. Trust that the universe knows the perfect way to bring your vision into reality. Trust that you are worthy of wealth and that it is already making its way to you. Release control, surrender the how, and focus on staying aligned with your vision. In doing so, you allow the universe to work its magic and bring abundance into your life in ways far beyond your imagination. Gratitude and confidence are two of the most powerful forces in the process of manifestation. When you align with these two qualities, you tap into the very essence of abundance. Gratitude for what you already have creates a magnetic energy that attracts more wealth, opportunities, and blessings into your life. Confidence in your own worthiness amplifies your ability to receive these gifts, creating a cycle of abundance that continues to grow and expand. Gratitude is not just a simple act of saying thank you, it is a deep, heartfelt acknowledgement of the wealth you already possess in your life. Whether it is the relationships you cherish, your health, the opportunities you have, or even the simple comforts of your daily life, gratitude turns your attention to the positive aspects of your reality. This shift in focus is crucial because what you focus on expands. When you consciously choose to focus on the abundance you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude acts as a powerful magnet for more of what you desire. When you feel thankful for what is already present in your life, you create a vibrational frequency that attracts more of the same. Imagine this: every time you express gratitude, you are casting a signal into the universe that you are open to receiving even more. This is why the practice of gratitude is so transformative. It shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance. It opens your heart to the infinite possibilities that surround you. In addition to gratitude, confidence in your worthiness plays an equally vital role in manifesting wealth. Many people struggle with feelings of unworthiness or fear that they don't deserve the success they desire. This mindset blocks the flow of abundance and creates resistance. But when you cultivate confidence, you remove these barriers and open yourself to the full potential of your dreams. Confidence in your worth is the foundation of abundance. It tells the universe that you believe you are deserving of everything you desire and that you are ready to receive it. Confidence does not stem from external achievements or material possessions, it comes from within. It arises when you truly understand that you are an integral part of the abundant universe. You are not separate from wealth, you are a creator of it. When you believe in your worthiness, you align yourself with the flow of abundance that is available to all. You stop doubting your ability to create wealth, and you begin to expect it, knowing that it is already on its way. This powerful combination of gratitude and confidence creates a harmonious energy that draws wealth to you effortlessly. Gratitude keeps you in a state of appreciation for what you have, and confidence ensures you stay open and ready to receive more. Together, these qualities shift your vibration, allowing you to live in a state of constant abundance. To manifest wealth easily, begin by acknowledging the wealth you already have, both in material and non-material forms. Feel genuine gratitude for everything in your life. Simultaneously, affirm your worthiness, declare to yourself that you are deserving of the riches you desire. When you align with both gratitude and confidence, you become a magnet for wealth, and the universe will conspire to bring it to you in the most unexpected and delightful ways. Wealth is not a matter of what is visible in your current environment, but rather a state of mind that you must persist in, regardless of the external circumstances. The true secret to manifesting wealth is in your ability to maintain the mental state of having it, even when the physical evidence is not immediately present. Your mind is the creator of your reality, and when you consistently hold the mental image of yourself as wealthy, this vision will eventually shape your life. The world outside of you is constantly changing and evolving, and sometimes it may seem like your circumstances are far from what you desire. You may encounter setbacks, financial struggles, or unexpected challenges that make it difficult to believe in your abundance. However, these external situations are not the determining factor in your wealth, they are simply temporary reflections of your past thoughts. The key is to persist in your mental state of wealth, even when the outside world appears to contradict your desires. Imagine yourself in the most opulent and secure financial situation you can conceive. See it clearly in your mind's eye, feel the emotions that come with it, and immerse yourself in the sense of having already achieved your goals. This is the state of wealth. It is a feeling of total certainty that abundance is already yours, and it is a mental state that must be maintained despite what is happening in your present circumstances. The temptation to give up or question your ability to manifest wealth arises when you allow your attention to be drawn too strongly by your external situation. When you look at your bank balance, your job, or your current financial reality, you may feel disheartened or frustrated. But this is the very moment when your persistence is most important. Instead of succumbing to doubt, return to your mental state of wealth. Reaffirm your vision of prosperity, and reaffirm that your circumstances are merely temporary and will shift in alignment with your thoughts. Persistence in the state of wealth requires unwavering faith. It means not being swayed by the present moment and not allowing negative emotions or doubts to take root. You must hold steadfast to the belief that what you have imagined is already a reality, even if it has not yet manifested in physical form. By continuing to persist in this state, you activate the law of attraction, which brings circumstances, people, and opportunities into your life that are in harmony with your vision. Another important aspect of persisting in the state of wealth is the understanding that everything in your life is subject to change. Just as your mind can shape your current reality, it can reshape any aspect of your life, including your finances. The more you hold the mental image of yourself as wealthy and the more you persist in feeling that abundance is your natural state, the more quickly the external world will reflect this new belief. Do not allow the temporary nature of your circumstances to cloud your vision of the wealth you desire. The universe is always listening to your thoughts and emotions. By persisting in the state of wealth, regardless of what is currently visible, you will align yourself with the abundance that is already on its way to you. Your mental state is the key to unlocking the manifestation of your desires. Stay focused, remain persistent, and know that wealth is not something to be sought outside yourself, but something to be claimed within. To manifest wealth effortlessly, you must first clear away the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in your mind over time. These beliefs, often shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others, create barriers that prevent you from fully embracing the abundance that is your natural state. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting wealth is the belief that it is difficult to attain or that it is only reserved for a select few. Such beliefs keep you trapped in a cycle of scarcity and lack. To truly attract wealth into your life, you must release these limiting beliefs and replace them with the absolute certainty that abundance is your birthright. The first step in releasing limiting beliefs is to recognize them. Often these beliefs operate on a subconscious level, quietly shaping your actions and thoughts without you even being aware of their influence. You may find yourself thinking that money is hard to come by, that financial security requires struggle, or that you are not deserving of wealth. These thoughts might seem like harmless doubts, but they are powerful forces that create resistance to the flow of abundance. When you begin to notice these limiting beliefs, acknowledge them without judgment. Simply observe how they are affecting your mindset and your approach to wealth. Once you have identified the limiting beliefs, it is time to challenge them. Ask yourself where these beliefs originated from. Were they passed down from your parents or caregivers? Were they shaped by your experiences or the people around you? Often these beliefs are not even your own, but are the result of inherited thoughts or the collective mindset of society. When you realize that these beliefs do not belong to you and that they are based on false assumptions, you can begin to release them. Understand that just because these beliefs have been present in your life does not mean they are true, or that they must continue to control your reality. Next, replace these limiting beliefs with the certainty that wealth is your natural state. Wealth is not something external to you that must be earned or pursued. It is an inherent part of who you are. Abundance flows to you when you align with the knowing that you are deserving and capable of receiving it. The universe is abundant, and you are part of that abundance. Your very existence is proof that wealth is your birthright. When you fully accept this truth, you remove all barriers that may have stood in your way. To reinforce this new belief, immerse yourself in thoughts and actions that reflect your newfound certainty. Begin by repeating affirmations that support your belief in abundance. Affirm to yourself daily, I am worthy of wealth, abundance flows easily to me. And I am aligned with the energy of prosperity. As you repeat these statements, feel the truth of them in your body. Visualize yourself already living in the reality of wealth, seeing it, feeling it, and experiencing it as if it has already manifested. Surround yourself with people and influences that support this new belief. Seek out stories of those who have attained wealth and success with ease, and let their journeys inspire you. Read books, listen to podcasts, and engage with material that reinforces the idea that abundance is your natural state. The more you immerse yourself in this energy, the more it will become a part of your own belief system. As you release limiting beliefs and replace them with the certainty of your inherent abundance, you begin to align with the flow of wealth. You open yourself to the limitless possibilities that exist for you, and you become a magnet for prosperity. Remember, wealth is not difficult to attain, it is your natural state, and once you clear away the doubts and limiting beliefs, it will flow to you effortlessly. In conclusion, manifesting wealth is not a matter of chasing after something distant or unattainable. It is about aligning with the natural state of abundance that already exists within you. By tapping into the power of your imagination, feeling the reality of wealth now, detaching from the how, and aligning with gratitude and confidence, you create a magnetic energy that attracts wealth to you. Persisting in the mental state of having wealth, regardless of external circumstances, and releasing limiting beliefs that wealth is difficult to attain, further clears the path for prosperity to flow effortlessly into your life. Wealth is not something to be earned through struggle, but something to be claimed through the certainty that it is your birthright. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape your reality, and by consistently aligning with the vision of yourself as abundant, you activate the power to manifest the wealth you desire. The universe is always responding to your inner state, and when you embrace the natural flow of abundance, it will rush toward you in the most unexpected and delightful ways. Keep your focus, stay aligned with your vision, and trust that the wealth you seek is already on its way to you. Today I want you to hear this truth with the deepest part of your being. The universe is about to return everything you've lost. The losses, the disappointments, the heartbreaks, they are not the end, but simply part of a greater cycle. What you've lost was never truly lost. The universe does not take things from you without a plan to return them, and in many cases the return is far greater than you could ever imagine. Your thoughts shape your reality, and in this moment, everything that you've desired is on its way to you. You may not see it yet, but I assure you, the wheels are in motion. You see, the law of attraction is not some abstract idea. It's a law that operates every moment of every day. Your thoughts are the energy that commands the universe to deliver what you need. If you've been feeling as if you've lost everything, let me remind you, you have only been in a period of waiting, a time for your thoughts to align with the abundance that is already yours. Do not look at your circumstances, your current reality, or the things that seem impossible. Instead, believe. Believe in the unseen. Trust that the universe is responding to the powerful thoughts you've been holding in your mind, thoughts of restoration and reclamation. The key to unlocking this return is your unwavering faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the universe, faith in the process. Your desires are already on their way. Now you must surrender to the process. Release any need to control the how or the when. The universe works in its own time. When you stop chasing, stop questioning, and stop worrying, you open the space for the miraculous to enter your life. It's time to trust that what is yours will always come back to you. You are a creator, and the universe responds to your vision. Visualize every single thing you've lost, whether it's a person, a possession, or an opportunity, returning to you in its highest form. Imagine it now, feel it as if it's already in your life, and know that your visualization is shaping your future. The clearer your vision, the faster your reality will reflect it. In the midst of this journey, always remain grateful, even for the losses. Gratitude is the energy that brings more of what you want into your life. When you thank the universe for what you've lost, you open a channel for it to come back, multiplied and perfected. Right now, the universe is at work, returning to you everything that you've lost, and so much more. Keep the faith, keep the vision clear, and stay open. Everything is returning to you, and it's going to be more magnificent than you could have ever imagined. Every experience, every encounter, every circumstance in your life, whether good or bad, has its roots in the thoughts you have held in your mind. This is the fundamental truth behind the law of attraction. The law of attraction is not some mystical concept, it is a universal principle that governs your existence. It is the very mechanism through which your reality is created. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas or passing whims. They are powerful energies that shape the world around you. When you understand this, when you truly grasp the significance of your thoughts, you realize that you are the creator of your life. The universe, in its vast and infinite wisdom, responds to the energy you emit through your thoughts. Every thought you think sends out a frequency, an energetic signature into the universe. And the universe, in turn, mirrors that frequency back to you in the form of experiences, people, and events. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are constantly sending out vibrations into the world. If you are focused on scarcity, lack, or fear, the universe will reflect more of that back to you. If you are focused on abundance, love, and possibility, the universe will respond with more of the same. One of the key aspects of the law of attraction is that it doesn't distinguish between positive and negative thoughts. It doesn't care whether you're thinking about something you want or something you don't want. The energy behind your thoughts is what matters. For example, if you constantly worry about not having enough money, you're emitting a vibration of lack and scarcity. The universe, without judgment, responds by bringing more lack into your life. It doesn't matter that your intention is to have abundance, the frequency you're sending out is one of not having enough. And so that becomes your reality. On the other hand, when you focus on what you desire, when you align your thoughts with abundance, the universe has no choice but to respond accordingly. Abundance is not a limited resource. There is more than enough for everyone. The universe operates on an infinite scale, and your ability to tap into that abundance begins with your thoughts. When you consistently think about wealth, health, love, and success, you begin to attune yourself to the frequency of those things. As your thoughts align with this higher vibration, the universe starts to rearrange itself in order to bring those things into your life. But it's not just about positive thinking. It's about genuinely shifting your mindset, your emotions, and your belief system. It's about aligning every part of your being with the abundant nature of the universe. You must feel the emotions of abundance in your heart, not just think the thoughts. The thoughts and feelings must match, for the universe responds to your vibration as a whole, not just one aspect of it. If your mind is filled with thoughts of wealth, but your heart is filled with fear of not having enough, then you are sending out conflicting signals. This inner conflict is what causes delays and struggles in manifesting your desires. The key to unlocking the power of the law of attraction is to align your mind with what you want, and to do so consistently. It's not enough to think positively for a few minutes or days and expect the universe to respond. The law of attraction requires persistence. It requires that you consistently focus your thoughts on what you want, and that you feel gratitude for the things you have even before they manifest in your life. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions you can emit. When you are grateful for what you have, the universe will bring more things for you to be grateful for. As you begin to align your mind with abundance, you will notice that your reality begins to shift. Opportunities will appear that you never saw before. People will come into your life who resonate with your newfound vibration. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, will bring you what you have focused on. But remember, the law of attraction is not magic. It is simply the natural response of the universe to the energy you are emitting. The more you align your thoughts with abundance, the more the universe will respond with abundance in your life. The power has always been within you. It is now time for you to claim it. You are not a passive observer in the world, simply drifting through life as events unfold around you. You are the creator of your reality, the architect of every experience you encounter. This truth is not just a philosophical concept, but a fundamental law of the universe that governs your existence. Every moment of your life is the result of the thoughts, beliefs, and actions that you have chosen in the past. And in every new moment, you hold the power to create and recreate your reality. The idea that you are the creator of your life can be difficult to grasp for many. We often find ourselves caught in the belief that external circumstances, other people, or forces beyond our control determine the course of our lives. But this is an illusion. The truth is, you are the one who shapes your world. Your mind is a powerful tool, capable of shaping your life in ways that may seem impossible at first glance. When you realize this, when you truly believe it, everything in your life begins to shift. Your thoughts are the blueprint for the reality you experience. Just as an architect designs a building before it takes form in the physical world, your mind designs your reality before it manifests in your life. Every idea, every desire, every goal you hold in your heart is the foundation for what you will eventually see around you. If you focus on what you want, rather than what you don't have, you are laying the foundation for a future that aligns with your desires. The key is to consciously direct your thoughts, to choose thoughts that empower you, and to reject those that limit you. When you understand that you are the creator of your reality, you realize that you also have the power to rebuild and restore what has been lost. Whether it's love, wealth, health, or peace of mind, the power to manifest and restore these things is within you. Nothing is beyond your reach, for you are the one who holds the keys to your own transformation. You are not at the mercy of external forces. Instead, you are the force that shapes the world around you. What you have lost is not gone forever. It is simply waiting for you to restore it with your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Restoration begins with a shift in perspective. It requires you to recognize that loss is not permanent, but rather an opportunity for growth. When something is taken from you, whether it's a relationship, an opportunity, or a piece of your own sense of self, it is a sign that something better is on its way. But in order for that better thing to come, you must first recognize the power you have to create it. You must believe that you are worthy of what you desire, and you must be willing to rebuild your life in alignment with your highest vision. To manifest, rebuild, and restore, you must first become aware of your thoughts and beliefs. You must question the narrative you've been telling yourself about what is possible. Have you been believing in scarcity or lack? Have you been telling yourself that it is too late to have what you want, or that you are not deserving of success and happiness? These limiting beliefs are the very things that keep you from creating the life you desire. When you change your internal narrative and begin to believe in your ability to create, everything around you begins to change as well. But this process does not happen overnight. You must be patient, persistent, and committed to your vision. As you focus on what you want to create, you will begin to see signs that the universe is working in your favor. Opportunities will arise that align with your new mindset. People will come into your life who support and uplift you. The pieces will fall into place in ways that seem almost magical, but they are the natural result of the power you have harnessed within yourself. You are the creator of your reality, and the universe is always responding to your thoughts and feelings. The power to manifest, rebuild, and restore is yours. The only question is, will you take control of your life and use that power to create the reality you deserve? The choice is always yours, and the universe is waiting for you to step into your full potential. Faith is a powerful force, an unseen energy that flows through the fabric of your reality, connecting your desires to their eventual manifestation. It is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Faith allows you to trust in the unseen forces of the universe, even when the physical evidence of your desires seems absent. It is the belief that what you seek is already on its way to you, regardless of what your current circumstances suggest. Faith is not just about believing in something abstract or intangible. It is an unwavering trust in the process of creation. When you have faith, you acknowledge that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see it with your physical eyes. It is the understanding that the circumstances around you do not dictate the outcome of your desires. The outer world is merely a reflection of the inner world, and faith gives you the strength to believe that your inner world is more powerful than anything external. When you truly understand the power of faith, you realize that it is not dependent on what you can see or hear. Faith is an internal knowing that what you desire is inevitable. It is the confidence that, despite appearances, the universe is aligning everything in your favor. This knowing comes from within, from the understanding that the universe is not limited by time or space. It works on a higher plane, orchestrating events, people, and opportunities that align perfectly with your desires. It's important to note that faith is not a passive state of waiting. It's an active force that requires you to remain committed to your vision, even when challenges arise. In fact, the more you are faced with adversity, the stronger your faith must become. Faith is not just believing when things are going well, but trusting in the process even when things seem to be falling apart. It's in these moments that your faith is tested and strengthened. When your current circumstances do not align with your desires, it is easy to doubt, to question whether the universe is really on your side. This is where faith becomes crucial. Faith is the ability to remain steadfast in your belief, even when everything around you seems to be saying otherwise. It is the courage to continue moving forward with the knowing that the universe is at work, behind the scenes, rearranging things for your highest good. You see, the universe does not work according to the timeline you have in mind. Your desires are already in motion, but they may not manifest according to your expectations or at the exact moment you want them. This is where the power of faith truly lies, in trusting that the universe's timing is always perfect. Faith allows you to release the need for control and surrender to the flow of life. It's about trusting that even if things don't look the way you want them to right now, everything is unfolding as it should. To have faith is to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the belief that what you desire is already yours. When you trust that the universe is guiding you, you stop trying to force things into place. Instead, you take inspired action, knowing that the steps you take are leading you toward your desired outcome. Faith is not about sitting back and doing nothing. It is about taking inspired action with the confidence that the universe is working alongside you to manifest your dreams. One of the greatest gifts faith gives you is peace. When you trust in the unseen forces at play, you no longer have to worry about how or when your desires will manifest. You simply know that they will. Faith removes the fear of the unknown and replaces it with an inner peace, a knowing that everything is unfolding in divine order. Faith is the key to unlocking the doors of manifestation. It is the power that allows you to believe in the inevitable return of what is yours, even if your present circumstances suggest otherwise. When you cultivate unwavering faith in the process and in the universe, you open yourself to receive everything you've ever dreamed of, knowing that it is already on its way. Trust in the unseen forces, for they are always working in your favor, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your deepest desires. Surrendering to the process of manifestation is one of the most profound shifts you can make in your journey of creation. It requires a deep understanding that while you are the creator of your reality, you are not in control of every detail, every timing, or the precise way in which your desires will unfold. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, operates on a level far beyond your current understanding, and it knows exactly when and how to return what is rightfully yours. Your role is to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires, but then to let go of the need to control how they will manifest. Attachment to the how and the when is one of the most common obstacles to manifesting your desires. You may have a clear vision of what you want, but often the mind begins to obsess over how it will happen. Will it come through a certain job, relationship, or opportunity? When will it arrive? The more you focus on these questions, the more you create resistance to the very thing you want. You are essentially telling the universe that you don't trust the process, that you don't believe it has a better plan for you. The truth is, you are not meant to control the details. Surrendering to the process means trusting that the universe will deliver what is meant for you in a way that you could not have possibly anticipated. The universe works in its own time and space. This means that it does not operate on the same linear timeline that we often impose on ourselves. The universe is not bound by time, and it is not confined to our limited perceptions of how things should unfold. It is working behind the scenes, aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances in a way that is perfect for your growth and evolution. What may seem like delays or detours are simply the universe making sure that everything falls into place in the most harmonious way possible. When you surrender to this process, you stop trying to micromanage the unfolding of your desires. You release the pressure to make things happen at a certain speed or in a specific manner. Instead, you begin to trust that everything is unfolding in divine order, even if it doesn't match your initial expectations. This shift in perspective allows you to relax into the process, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor. Surrender is not about giving up on your dreams. It's about letting go of the need to control the timing and the how. It is about trusting that you are worthy of what you desire and that the universe will bring it to you in the most perfect way. When you trust the process, you free yourself from the anxiety and frustration that come from trying to force things into existence. You create space for your desires to manifest without the resistance of doubt and fear. One of the most liberating aspects of surrendering to the process is that it allows you to focus on what truly matters, the present moment. When you are not consumed with worrying about the future or how things will unfold, you can fully immerse yourself in the here and now. You can enjoy the journey, appreciating every step along the way, and trust that your desires are being guided toward you. The universe is always in motion. Even when you cannot see it, it is constantly rearranging circumstances and orchestrating events to bring you closer to your desires. Your job is to stay aligned with your vision, remain open to the possibilities, and allow the universe to work its magic. When you stop trying to control every detail, you create space for miracles to unfold. Surrendering to the process also involves releasing any attachment to outcomes. Sometimes we become so attached to a particular outcome that we close ourselves off to other possibilities. We may become fixated on one specific way that things should manifest, and in doing so, we limit the flow of energy. When you let go of attachment to a specific outcome, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that the universe has to offer. You trust that whatever is meant for you will come, and that it will come in the perfect form and timing. Surrender is the key to receiving everything you've ever desired. It's about trusting in the flow of life and the wisdom of the universe. When you let go of the need to control the how and when you align with the natural rhythm of creation, you become a vessel through which your desires flow effortlessly into your life. By surrendering to the process, you allow the universe to return to you what is rightfully yours, knowing that it will come at exactly the right time and in exactly the right way. Trust in the process, and everything you desire will manifest in perfect harmony. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It is an energy that can shift the trajectory of your life in an instant. When you express genuine gratitude for what you have, for the things that are going well, and even for the things you've lost, you create a powerful energetic channel that allows the universe to respond in kind, returning to you that which you have expressed appreciation for. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a vibration that communicates to the universe your openness to receive more, to receive even greater abundance. The act of gratitude is an acknowledgement that you are already abundant. It may be easy to express thanks when everything is going well, when you're receiving the things you desire, but true power lies in expressing gratitude for what has been lost. When you can appreciate what you've lost, even if it seems like a setback or a disappointment, you send a message to the universe that you understand its greater plan. Loss, in this sense, is not permanent. It is a temporary moment that has made space for something even better to come into your life. By giving thanks for these losses, you open yourself to receive far more than you could have imagined. Gratitude aligns you with the energy of abundance. When you focus on the good in your life, no matter how small, you begin to shift your vibration. Every moment of gratitude you express raises your energy and sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. The more you are thankful, the more you attract into your life. Gratitude is not about the circumstances in which you find yourself, but about your attitude toward them. It is an invitation for the universe to bring more into your experience, whether it's more love, more wealth, or more opportunities. It's an open invitation to receive all the blessings that life has to offer. The universe works on a law of resonance. Like attracts like, and when you send out positive energy through gratitude, you create a frequency that attracts similar energy back to you. The energy of gratitude vibrates at a high frequency, and the universe, which is always in motion, responds in kind. As you express appreciation for what you have, even if it is just the simple, everyday things, you open yourself up to a flow of energy that matches that high vibration. This flow can bring back not only what you've lost, but even more of what you desire. It's the law of abundance in action. When you are grateful for what you've lost, you are essentially closing the door to lack and opening a window to abundance. Often people focus on what is missing from their lives, what they don't have, and this focus keeps them locked in a state of scarcity. But gratitude shifts that focus to what you already have, even if it's just the lessons learned from past experiences or the growth that has occurred from the challenges you faced. By shifting your focus in this way, you create an energetic space for the universe to return to you that which you've lost, and even more. in a way that you couldn't have planned. The key to this energetic exchange is sincerity. True gratitude is not simply saying thank you for the sake of it. It is feeling the energy of gratitude deep within your being. It is a heartfelt appreciation for everything in your life, including the difficult moments. When you genuinely feel gratitude, you raise your vibrational frequency, and this aligns you with the flow of abundance. You become a magnet for blessings, and the universe responds by bringing you even greater opportunities, love, wealth, and experiences that align with your desires. It is important to remember that gratitude does not mean resignation. It is not about accepting circumstances that you do not want to remain in. Rather, gratitude is about acknowledging that everything is temporary and that the universe is always in motion, working behind the scenes to bring what is best for you. When you focus on gratitude, even in times of loss or difficulty, you are signaling to the universe that you trust the process, that you believe that better things are on their way. By consistently practicing gratitude, you open yourself up to a constant flow of blessings. The more you appreciate, the more you create space for the universe to give you more to appreciate. Gratitude is a continual cycle. What you give, you receive. What you appreciate expands. When you express gratitude for what you've lost, you create an energetic channel that allows the universe to bring it back in even greater abundance. You allow your desires to return to you multiplied, and this abundance flows to you in ways that are often beyond your imagination. Gratitude is a key to unlocking the universe's abundant flow. It is a tool for manifesting everything you've lost and more. When you practice gratitude for all that you have and for all that you've lost, you align with the energy of abundance, inviting the universe to bring your desires back in even greater form. The power of vision is an often overlooked yet essential tool in the process of manifestation. To visualize with intensity and clarity is to activate the creative power that lies within you. When you hold a clear mental image of what you desire to return to you, you are essentially programming your mind and the universe itself to bring that vision into physical reality. The clearer and more vivid your vision, the quicker the universe will respond, aligning people, events, and circumstances to bring that vision to life. Your mind is a powerful instrument that can shape your reality, and vision acts as the blueprint for that creation. Vision is not merely daydreaming, it is a focused, deliberate practice that involves engaging your imagination, emotions, and senses in the process of seeing your desires as if they are already here. The more detailed your vision, the more potent it becomes. For instance, if you are visualizing the return of something you've lost, whether it's a relationship, financial abundance, or peace of mind, you must see it clearly in your mind's eye. Imagine the feelings associated with having that thing again, how it looks, how it feels, the emotions it stirs within you. When you can vividly imagine your desires and experience the emotions tied to them, you send a strong signal to the universe, a signal that is charged with energy and intent. This energy becomes the force that compels the universe to respond. Clarity in your vision is crucial. The more precise and focused you are about what you want, the more accurately the universe can deliver it. If your vision is muddled or vague, the universe cannot align to your desires effectively. Think about a time when you've been unsure about what you wanted in life. How did the outcomes manifest? They were often unclear or unsatisfactory because your desires were not specific enough to draw the universe's full attention. To manifest with speed and ease, you must define exactly what you want. The clearer your mental picture, the more precise the action of manifestation becomes. One of the most powerful aspects of vision is its ability to shape your reality through focused thought. When you hold a vision in your mind and consistently return to it, you are reinforcing that reality, training your mind to believe it is possible and inevitable. Every time you visualize your desires with intensity, you are taking a step closer to seeing them materialize in your physical world. Your thoughts, which are the precursor to your actions, begin to align with the vision you are holding. As a result, you begin to see opportunities, people, and situations in your life that are in harmony with your vision. What once seemed impossible now becomes an achievable reality because you have trained your mind and energy to align with the very thing you seek. When you are deeply invested in your vision, you infuse it with emotional energy. Emotions are the fuel that propels the manifestation process. The universe responds to the energy of emotions. And when you pair your vision with powerful emotions such as joy, love, and gratitude, you are sending out a magnetic force that attracts your desires with greater speed. The emotional component adds another layer of depth to your vision, making it more potent and more likely to manifest. It is the emotion you feel as you visualize your desires that speeds up the process, for emotion is what gives vision its power. Visualization should be done with consistency and dedication. Just like any skill, the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. By dedicating time each day to visualizing your desires with clarity and intensity, you are reinforcing the image in your subconscious mind. The subconscious is where true creation begins. It is the foundation from which your thoughts and actions spring. When you train your subconscious mind to accept your vision as reality, the external world begins to shift to match that internal image. Your actions, your words, and your energy all begin to reflect the vision you hold. And this alignment is what speeds up manifestation. It is important to remain patient while visualizing, as the universe works in its own time and space. However, when you hold a clear vision with intensity, trusting in the process and releasing attachment to how and when it will unfold, the manifestation process is accelerated. Your unwavering belief in the power of your vision acts as the catalyst that drives the universe to bring your desires into form. The power of vision is an extraordinary tool that, when used with clarity and intensity, can bring anything you desire back into your life. The clearer your vision, the faster the universe will respond. Visualization, when paired with emotion and consistency, creates a powerful energetic force that aligns your mind, body, and the universe to bring your desires to fruition. By embracing this power, you are not just waiting for things to happen, you are actively co-creating your reality, with the universe as your partner in manifestation. The clearer you see it, the sooner it will come to you. In conclusion, the universe operates through the powerful principles of alignment, faith, and gratitude. By trusting in your vision, embracing the energy of gratitude, and surrendering to the natural flow of the universe, you unlock the potential to bring back everything you've lost and more. The clarity and intensity with which you visualize your desires, coupled with unwavering faith in their return, will inevitably align your reality with the abundance you seek. Remember, you are the creator of your experience, and everything you've lost is simply making space for something greater. Trust the process, remain patient, and stay aligned with the energy of what you want to bring back into your life. Thank you for your time, your focus, and your dedication to manifesting all that is rightfully yours. The universe is already responding to your intentions. Imagine standing in the midst of chaos, where every voice demands your attention, every event calls for your response, and yet you remain calm, unshaken, and resolute. In that moment, you wield the greatest power known to man, the power of not reacting. To control your emotion is not to suppress it, but to master it. It begins with awareness. The moment you feel anger, fear, or frustration rising within you, pause. Recognize that these emotions are but waves on the ocean of your consciousness. They rise, they fall, but they are not you. You are the stillness beneath, the observer who chooses whether to ride the wave or let it pass. Silence is your ally. When provoked, when tempted to defend or explain, remind yourself that silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. It allows you to see beyond the moment, to perceive the broader picture. Reacting is easy, it requires no thought, no awareness. But to remain still, to respond with intention, is to rise above the fray. Your inner state is the architect of your outer reality. When you react impulsively, you scatter your creative energy. You become entangled in the web of circumstances, losing sight of your true power. But when you remain composed, you channel your energy toward your highest vision. The external world conforms to the stability of your inner world. What you react to, you energize. If you respond with anger, you feed anger. If with fear, you magnify fear. But when you choose not to react, you starve the negativity. It dissolves, unable to sustain itself without your energy. This is how you reclaim your peace and power. To master your emotions is to master the world. When you remain calm amidst conflict, you disarm those who seek to disturb you. When you respond with patience, you outlast those who seek to provoke you. Strength is not found in shouting the loudest, but in standing firm in your silence. Understand the power of patience. In your stillness, solutions arise. In your calm, the right opportunities present themselves. Life will test you, but every trial is an invitation to grow stronger, to refine your ability to choose response over reaction. So the next time you feel the urge to react, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, will this reaction bring me closer to the life I desire? Choose composure, choose clarity, and watch as your world transforms. Awareness is the foundation of emotional mastery, a concept often misunderstood as simply being alert or conscious. True awareness goes deeper. It is about recognizing your emotions as they arise, observing them without judgment, and creating the mental space needed to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It is the gateway to self-control, the pause that empowers you to choose your actions instead of being ruled by them. When you experience an emotion, your first instinct may be to label it anger, sadness, joy, or fear. These labels, while useful, can also confine you. They lead you to believe that the emotion defines you, that it is a fixed state rather than a passing experience. Awareness challenges this notion. It teaches you to see emotions as transient waves that arise within the vast ocean of your consciousness. Just as a wave does not define the ocean, an emotion does not define you. It is simply energy moving through you, a signal asking for attention, not control. To cultivate awareness, you must first slow down. In our fast-paced lives, emotions often go unnoticed until they explode into action or weigh us down with their unacknowledged presence. The key is to catch them early, in the subtle moments when they first appear. This requires mindfulness, a practice of tuning into your inner world without distraction. Pay attention to the sensations in your body, the thoughts in your mind, and the shifts in your mood. Notice the tightness in your chest when anger stirs, or the sinking feeling in your stomach when anxiety takes hold. These physical cues are the doorways to understanding your emotions. Recognizing your emotions without judgment is crucial. Judgment creates resistance, and resistance amplifies the very feelings you wish to manage. For example, if you feel anger and immediately think, "I shouldn't feel this way," you add a layer of guilt or frustration to the original emotion. This compounds the problem, making it harder to address. Instead, try acknowledging the emotion as it is. "I feel angry." No blame, no analysis, just recognition. This simple act of acknowledgement diffuses the intensity of the emotion, allowing you to see it more clearly. Awareness also creates a pause, a space between the stimulus and your response. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Your instinct might be to honk, yell, or let frustration consume you. Without awareness, this reaction is almost automatic. But with awareness, you notice the surge of anger before it takes over. In that moment, you can choose, do I want to react in anger, or can I let this go and maintain my peace? This space, though small, is powerful. It is where freedom resides, the freedom to act intentionally rather than be driven by impulse. Over time, this practice of observing emotions and pausing before reacting rewires your mind. You begin to notice patterns, how certain triggers consistently evoke specific responses, how old wounds resurface in new situations, how your thoughts shape your feelings. With this understanding, you gain greater control over your emotional landscape. You are no longer at the mercy of external events or internal turbulence. You become the master of your experience. Awareness also fosters compassion for yourself and others. When you see your own emotions with clarity and acceptance, you naturally extend the same understanding to those around you. You recognize that everyone is navigating their own emotional waves, often unconsciously. This perspective reduces conflict and strengthens your connections as you approach interactions with empathy rather than reactivity. Awareness is not about suppressing or escaping your emotions. It is about meeting them with curiosity and grace, allowing them to flow through you without dictating your actions. It transforms emotional challenges into opportunities for growth, helping you align your responses with your values and goals. Through awareness, you gain the ability to create a life of intention, resilience, and inner peace. Silence is often misunderstood as weakness, passivity, or indifference. However, silence, when chosen deliberately, is a profound act of strength and wisdom. It is a space where clarity emerges and thoughtful responses take shape. Resisting the urge to react, especially in the heat of the moment, is not about suppressing your feelings, but about creating the opportunity to channel them constructively. Silence is not the absence of action, it is the presence of intention. When faced with provocation, our instinct is often to react immediately. Whether it is to defend ourselves, assert our point of view, or retaliate, this reactive behavior stems from a place of ego. It is a knee-jerk response, driven by emotions rather than logic or understanding. While it might feel satisfying in the moment, impulsive reactions often lead to regret, misunderstanding, or escalation of conflict. Silence, on the other hand, gives you the power to step back, assess the situation, and choose a response that aligns with your true self. The first benefit of silence is the pause it creates. In that pause, emotions lose their grip, and reason has a chance to emerge. When someone criticizes or confronts you, silence allows you to process their words without the haze of defensiveness clouding your judgment. It gives you the opportunity to ask yourself, what is the true intention behind their words? Are they seeking understanding, or are they projecting their own frustrations? This moment of introspection can prevent you from saying or doing something that could damage relationships or your own sense of peace. Silence also disarms those who seek to provoke you. When people expect a reaction and are met with calm instead, they are often forced to confront their own behavior. Your silence reflects a refusal to engage in negativity, signaling that you are not easily swayed by external circumstances. It is a powerful way to maintain control over your emotions and the situation. By not reacting, you shift the dynamic, often diffusing tension and redirecting the conversation toward a more constructive path. Silence is a sign of self-confidence. It demonstrates that you are secure enough in yourself that you do not feel the need to prove anything to anyone. This quiet strength commands respect, as it shows you value your peace over temporary victories in arguments or confrontations. It also allows others to see you as composed and thoughtful, someone who prioritizes understanding over conflict. Silence is not only about withholding words, but also about listening deeply. When you choose to remain silent, you give yourself the chance to truly hear what the other person is saying, not just their words, but the emotions and intentions behind them. This active listening helps you respond in a way that addresses the core issue rather than just the surface conflict. It turns potential disputes into opportunities for connection and resolution. At times, silence is the only response that can communicate the depth of your understanding or the firmness of your resolve. Words can sometimes diminish the weight of a moment, while silence amplifies it. For example, in situations where no explanation will suffice or where emotions run too high for words to heal, silence speaks volumes. It conveys restraint, dignity, and wisdom, qualities that can transform even the most challenging interactions. Practicing silence requires discipline and self-awareness. It is not about bottling up your emotions or avoiding confrontation, but about choosing when and how to express yourself. It is about recognizing that not every situation requires your input, and that sometimes the most impactful response is no response at all. In the stillness of silence, you gain perspective. You are able to step out of the immediate moment and see the bigger picture. This clarity allows you to respond in a way that is not only appropriate but also constructive. It turns reactive impulses into deliberate actions, enabling you to navigate challenges with grace and composure. Silence is a tool for empowerment. It allows you to maintain control over your emotions, preserve your energy, and act in alignment with your values. By resisting the urge to react, you reclaim your power and choose responses that reflect your highest self. In doing so, you create a life marked by thoughtful interactions, meaningful relationships, and lasting inner peace. Your inner state is the foundation upon which your reality is built. Every thought, emotion, and belief you hold radiates outward, influencing the circumstances and experiences you encounter. Emotional stability is the cornerstone of this process, as it provides the clarity and focus needed to shape the life you desire. When your emotions are balanced and your mind is calm, you can direct your energy toward manifesting outcomes aligned with your intentions. Emotional stability begins with self-awareness. To create the reality you want, you must first understand the emotions that dominate your inner world. Emotions are like signals; they reveal your current state of being and point toward the beliefs and patterns that shape your life. When you feel frustrated or anxious, it is often a reflection of resistance or doubt within you. Conversely, when you feel calm, confident, and hopeful, you align yourself with the energy needed to manifest your desires. This alignment is the key to transforming thoughts into reality. Clarity of mind is essential for manifestation. A scattered mind, overwhelmed by conflicting emotions or doubts, cannot focus its energy effectively. Imagine trying to build a house without a clear blueprint. Each decision would be haphazard, resulting in a structure that lacks integrity. Similarly, an unstable emotional state disrupts the process of creation. By cultivating emotional balance, you provide yourself with a clear blueprint, allowing your thoughts and intentions to take form with precision and purpose. The power of emotional stability lies in its ability to maintain focus, even in the face of challenges. Life often presents obstacles, but how you respond to them determines whether you stay on course or veer off track. When you react impulsively to setbacks, you scatter your energy and weaken your ability to manifest your goals. However, when you remain grounded and composed, you maintain your connection to your vision, allowing it to unfold despite external disruptions. Emotional stability acts as an anchor, keeping you aligned with your purpose regardless of the storms around you. Your inner state also influences the energy you project into the world. Every interaction, decision, and action carries the vibration of your emotions. If you approach life with fear, anger, or doubt, you attract situations that mirror those feelings. On the other hand, when you radiate confidence, gratitude, and peace, you draw experiences that reflect those positive states. This is the essence of the saying, like attracts like. Emotional stability enables you to consistently emit positive energy, creating a reality that aligns with your highest aspirations. Emotional stability enhances your ability to visualize and focus on your goals. Visualization is a powerful tool for manifestation, but it requires a calm and centered mind to be truly effective. When your emotions are in turmoil, your mental images become distorted, and your intentions lose their clarity. By maintaining emotional balance, you create a mental environment where your visions can flourish. You see your goals not as distant possibilities, but as present realities already within your grasp. Emotional stability also fosters resilience, a vital quality for achieving long-term success. Manifestation is not always an instant process; it requires patience and persistence. There will be moments when progress seems slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. In these times, your inner state becomes your greatest asset. Stability allows you to trust in the process, to believe in your ability to overcome challenges, and to remain focused on your desired outcome. It transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth and keeps you moving forward with unwavering determination. Emotional stability deepens your connection to the present moment. While it is natural to dream of the future, the present is where creation occurs. When your emotions are balanced, you can fully engage with the here and now, taking inspired action toward your goals. This presence amplifies your ability to manifest as it aligns your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to create. In shaping your reality, your inner state is the most powerful tool you possess. Emotional stability is not just a shield against chaos, but a catalyst for transformation. By maintaining focus and clarity, you harness your inner power to manifest a life that reflects your true desires. As you cultivate this balance, you will find that the world around you begins to shift, aligning with the peace and purpose within you. Energy flows where attention goes, a principle that underpins the way we experience and shape our lives. Whatever you focus on, be it positive or negative, receives the energy required to grow and expand. This truth holds immense power, as it highlights the role of your attention in creating your reality. When you react emotionally to situations, you feed them with your energy, often without realizing the consequences. By consciously choosing where to direct your attention, you gain the ability to influence the trajectory of your life. When you react to a negative situation, you inadvertently fuel its momentum. Anger, frustration, or worry acts like fertilizer, nurturing the very circumstances you wish to avoid. Consider an argument: the more you engage in heated exchanges, the more the conflict escalates. Each reaction adds energy to the disagreement, entrenching both sides further into their positions. But if you resist the urge to react and instead maintain a calm and measured presence, the conflict loses its power. Without your energy to sustain it, negativity diminishes and eventually fades away. This principle is not about ignoring problems or pretending negativity does not exist. It is about choosing how to respond in a way that aligns with your highest good. Reacting emotionally to negativity often clouds judgment, leading to impulsive decisions that perpetuate the issue. However, when you step back and approach the situation with awareness, you can redirect your energy toward solutions rather than feeding the problem. Your energy is a finite resource, and where you invest it determines the quality of your life. When you pour energy into negativity, whether it is a challenging relationship, a stressful job, or a frustrating circumstance, you deplete yourself without making meaningful progress. Imagine carrying a heavy bucket of water and pouring it into a dry, barren field that cannot yield fruit. The effort exhausts you, yet nothing beneficial comes of it. Now imagine channeling that same energy into fertile soil. With care and intention, your effort leads to growth and abundance. This is the power of directing your attention wisely. Avoiding reaction to negativity does not mean suppressing your emotions. It means acknowledging them without letting them take control. When a situation provokes you, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? What am I contributing to by reacting? This moment of reflection can help you shift your focus from the problem to the solution, from the temporary discomfort to the long-term vision of peace and fulfillment. Focusing on positive aspects does not ignore reality, it reshapes it. If a coworker criticizes you unfairly, reacting defensively might seem natural, but it often escalates the tension. Instead, you can choose to focus on your work, your growth, and your ability to rise above the situation. By directing your energy toward improvement and maintaining composure, you not only protect your peace, but also create an environment where negativity struggles to take root. In your inner world, what you pay attention to expands. Dwelling on fears, doubts, or regrets amplifies their presence in your mind, making them appear larger and more insurmountable than they are. But shifting your focus to gratitude, possibilities, and strengths diminishes the hold of negativity. It is like turning on a light in a dark room. The shadows retreat, not because they have been fought, but because light has been introduced. Avoiding reaction also enhances your ability to influence others positively. When you refrain from reacting emotionally, you set an example of self-mastery that can inspire those around you. People are often drawn to those who remain calm and composed in challenging situations. By redirecting your energy toward understanding and empathy, you create a ripple effect that transforms not only your life but also the lives of those you interact with. The practice of consciously choosing your focus requires discipline and mindfulness. It involves recognizing the triggers that pull you into reactionary patterns and deliberately shifting your attention to what uplifts and empowers you. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, reshaping your inner state and consequently your external reality. Your energy is a gift, and your attention is the channel through which it flows. By choosing not to react to negativity, you reclaim your power and direct it toward what truly matters. As you cultivate this awareness, you will find that life begins to reflect the positivity and purpose you nurture within. What you choose to focus on will grow, and as you focus on the good, it will multiply, transforming your world in profound and meaningful ways. Mastery of oneself is the key to mastering the world. The ability to remain composed in challenging moments, when emotions threaten to overwhelm and chaos seems imminent, reflects a strength and confidence that few possess. It is not the absence of difficulty that defines true mastery, but the ability to navigate it with grace and unwavering self-control. This inner equilibrium, cultivated over time, empowers you to influence your surroundings, command respect, and achieve your highest aspirations. Self-mastery begins with awareness. To master yourself, you must first understand your reactions, impulses, and triggers. When faced with adversity, the natural instinct is often to react impulsively, whether in anger, frustration, or fear. These reactions, while momentarily satisfying, often lead to regret or unintended consequences. By observing your emotions without judgment, you create a space between stimulus and response. This space is where composure is born. It allows you to pause, reflect, and choose a course of action aligned with your principles and long-term goals. Remaining composed in challenging moments demonstrates inner strength because it requires discipline and self-restraint. Anyone can react in the heat of the moment, but it takes true power to hold steady when emotions run high. Consider the strength of a river contained by its banks. Its power is not diminished by the boundaries but directed and harnessed. Similarly, your ability to remain composed channels your energy constructively, turning potential chaos into order and opportunity. Confidence flows naturally from this sense of control. When you trust yourself to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, you carry an aura of calm assurance. Others recognize this quality, often interpreting it as leadership or wisdom. The composed individual inspires trust because they appear unshaken, even in the face of difficulty. This confidence is not arrogance, but a quiet knowing that you have the tools to navigate any situation. It is a magnetic quality, drawing people toward you and amplifying your ability to influence and inspire. Challenging moments test the depth of your self-mastery. When you encounter setbacks, criticism, or unforeseen obstacles, how you respond reveals the extent of your inner strength. Instead of succumbing to frustration or self-pity, the composed individual sees these challenges as opportunities for growth. Every difficult moment is a chance to practice patience, resilience, and self-control. Over time, these qualities become second nature, fortifying your character and expanding your capacity for success. Mastering yourself also transforms your perception of the world. When you are not ruled by your emotions, you see situations with greater clarity. Composure enables you to assess challenges objectively, without the cloud of anger or fear. This clarity allows you to make decisions that are not only effective but also aligned with your values. It also fosters empathy, as you can step outside your own emotional state to understand the perspectives of others. This understanding enhances your relationships and strengthens your ability to navigate social dynamics. The ripple effects of self-mastery extend beyond personal growth. A composed individual sets the tone for those around them, creating an environment of stability and focus. Whether in the workplace, family, or community, your ability to remain calm under pressure inspires others to do the same. This influence is particularly valuable in leadership roles, where composure can mean the difference between success and failure. A leader who remains calm in a crisis projects confidence and steadiness, reassuring those who look to them for guidance. Self-mastery is not about suppressing emotions or denying vulnerability. It is about understanding your emotions and choosing how to express them. Suppression leads to internal conflict, while healthy self-expression fosters balance. Mastery involves acknowledging your feelings, processing them constructively, and responding in a way that aligns with your intentions. It is the art of balancing strength with sensitivity, confidence with humility. Mastering yourself is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It requires continuous practice and a willingness to confront your own limitations. Each time you choose composure over reaction, you strengthen your inner foundation. Over time, this foundation becomes unshakable, allowing you to navigate life's storms with poise and confidence. Patience is often misunderstood as mere endurance or passive waiting, but in truth, it is one of the most profound expressions of strength and mastery. To wait without reacting impulsively, especially in moments of uncertainty or challenge, requires immense inner power. Patience is not the absence of action, but the presence of wisdom, allowing you to act thoughtfully rather than react hastily. It creates the conditions for better decisions and aligns you with possibilities that might otherwise remain unseen in the fog of impulsiveness. When faced with a situation that provokes anxiety, frustration, or impatience, the instinctive response is often to act immediately to resolve discomfort. Yet this very urge to react can lead to decisions born from fear or haste rather than clarity and intention. Patience interrupts this cycle, creating space between the stimulus and your response. In that space, you find the opportunity to reflect, to gather information, and to align your actions with your higher purpose. It is within this pause that the seeds of wisdom are planted. Patience is not passivity, it is deliberate restraint. It is the recognition that not every situation demands an immediate response and that some outcomes are better served by waiting. Consider the process of planting a seed. No amount of rushing will make it sprout faster. The seed requires time, nurturing, and trust in nature's process. Similarly, many of life's challenges and opportunities unfold in their own time. Patience allows you to honor this natural rhythm, trusting that the right action will reveal itself when the moment is ripe. Waiting without reacting also opens the door to higher possibilities. Impulsiveness often narrows your vision, fixating on immediate problems or outcomes. Patience, on the other hand, broadens your perspective, enabling you to see opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. When you resist the urge to act hastily, you allow time for new information, insights, or solutions to emerge. These higher possibilities often align more closely with your long-term goals and values, leading to outcomes that are not only effective but also deeply fulfilling. Patience is closely tied to emotional intelligence. To wait without reacting requires the ability to manage your emotions, to sit with discomfort without letting it dictate your actions. This is no small feat, as emotions can be powerful forces, urging you to act on impulse. Yet by cultivating patience, you develop the ability to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. You learn to acknowledge your feelings, whether they be frustration, fear, or excitement, while maintaining the clarity needed to choose your response wisely. One of the greatest gifts of patience is its ability to transform relationships. In interactions with others, reacting impulsively often leads to misunderstandings, conflicts, or regrets. Patience, however, fosters empathy and understanding. By waiting before responding, you create the space to listen deeply, to consider another's perspective, and to respond in a way that builds connection rather than division. This practice strengthens relationships and builds trust, as others come to see you as a person of thoughtfulness and integrity. Patience also aligns you with a deeper sense of purpose. When you wait without reacting, you demonstrate trust not only in yourself but in the unfolding of life. This trust is a powerful force, anchoring you in the belief that things will work out as they should. It shifts your focus from immediate gratification to long-term fulfillment, from fear to faith. This alignment with purpose is where patience reveals its ultimate power, guiding you toward a life that reflects your highest aspirations. Patience requires intention and mindfulness. It is a skill that grows with practice as you learn to pause and reflect before acting. Start with small moments, a delayed response to a frustrating comment, a mindful breath before making a decision, or the willingness to sit with uncertainty without rushing to resolve it. Over time, these small acts of patience accumulate, strengthening your ability to remain composed and thoughtful in even the most challenging situations. It is not about suppressing your desires or ignoring your needs. It is about channeling your energy in a way that serves your greater good. It is about recognizing that not all battles need to be fought immediately, that not all problems require instant solutions. By cultivating patience, you align yourself with the flow of life, allowing its natural rhythms to guide you toward outcomes that are not only better but often beyond what you could have imagined. Patience becomes the ultimate power. It grants you the strength to wait with intention, the clarity to make wise decisions, and the trust to align with higher possibilities. It is a quiet but profound force, shaping your life from the inside out and enabling you to navigate challenges with grace, wisdom, and purpose. In mastering the art of patience, you unlock a power that transcends the moment, guiding you toward a life of deeper fulfillment and meaning. In mastering the art of not reacting, you unlock a transformative power within yourself, one that grants you clarity, strength, and alignment with your higher purpose. By cultivating awareness, embracing patience, and resisting the urge to feed negativity, you step into a realm where your emotions serve you rather than control you. This mastery not only shapes your inner state but also ripples outward, influencing your reality, relationships, and opportunities in profound ways. True strength lies in composure, and true wisdom lies in choosing your responses with intention. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with this inner mastery, you rise above fleeting impulses and gain the ability to shape a life that reflects your highest self. Remember, the power is not in reacting but in consciously creating moment by moment. Thank you for taking this journey of reflection and empowerment. May you continue to cultivate the strength to master yourself, and in doing so, master your world.